Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Instagram. And good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. All right. I believe you guys are hearing me. Sound check. Sound check. Sound check. Sound testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Is the audio good on your side? Talk to me. Talk to me. Linda Akman, how are you? Is the audio good on your side? Thank you very much. Loud and clear. All right, let's dig into this. Mobolaji, how are you? Thank you very much. It's Dele COJ. Thank you very much. From Boston. Babadian. All right. Please, if you're out there, I can't pronounce your name. Okay, Fumi is here. There's some people I can't pronounce their name. Miss K. Can't pronounce your name very well. All right, so welcome everybody. Thank you very much, Mubolaji, Yabo, Mureni KG, Chioma, thank you, Lara, thank you very much, Busola Adeniji. Oh my God, that's mama for you. Mark Rose, how are you? All right. So Instagram, how are you guys doing? Is everybody all right? My prayer is for them to open me back up. Dr. Yemi Akins, my beautiful lady, beautiful sister, Mama de Mama. All right, guys. Bolaji Olaleye Lily. Thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate that. Karen. All right, that's good. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get to it without wasting time. Okay, so I I'm thinking of resigning. Are we supposed to, I'm supposed to say no? I'm thinking of retiring. I'm thinking of retiring. This journey is crazy. Dr. Kemi Timothy, how you doing? God bless you. Thank you very much for connecting. Olurami Kafo, good morning. All right, so I'm thinking of retiring from this relationship thing. I'm thinking of retiring from this relationship. Kemi, I mean Kafo Oluremi. I'm telling you, I'm thinking of retiring from this relationship thing. It seems like problem, they finish. Oh, we join the enjoy. Oh. Wahala, they finish. Oh, wahala. We just they enjoy. Oh. It's too much. The wahala is too much. The pressure is too much. It's not just much on. It's not much on just the people. It's much on myself also. But it's okay. We're gonna keep on going. We keep it going. You know what I'm saying? All right. So Dodo Shola, you just they enter my eyes. Oh. Close your eyes. Don't let me enter your eyes. Oh, close your eyes, please. Okay, close the eyes. It's good to close it. Okay. Okay. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it done. Yesterday, actually, I messed with the men yesterday. I messed with them big time. I messed with them big time yesterday. And when I woke up this morning, oh my God, it's a lot of messages in my inbox. A lot of messages in my inbox. And it's kind of crazy. Okay. And men, I'm going to start like this. You know me, I'm going to first of all go this direction before coming this direction. You know, I'm unavailable. It's a lie. David Olume says it's a lie. I'm available. Whoever it is that if I enter your eyes, I'm available. There is a condition, sir. One condition. All right. Can I give you the condition that is attached to it? The condition attached to it is you must be a billionaire. You must be a billionaire. If you're a billionaire and you say, Baba Rugboy, just sit there in the house and be enjoying yourself, watch TV, drink NSC, and that's it. All right. How long? I'm available. I'm available big time. Even Mama Peki will say, just give me salary. No problem. If the side chick is giving me money, I will give Mama Peki salary. That's it. That's the stuff. Oh, I'm telling you. If I see one woman who is fine, get money, you fine and you get money, that's it. Otan. Or no. Sometimes you could just do the thing finish, just say, Baba God, say I no want to do am. Na devil do this to you, no be me. Na devil do this to you, no be me. Baba God, please, no carry me go hell, So that's the stuff. Okay, jokes apart. Let's get to the business of this. So I messed with the men yesterday, so they started inboxing me, telling me all manners of things and all kinds of stuff. And I understand. Men, I do understand. We are all human. You have blood and water flowing in your system also. And we all have feelings. I know that. I believe it. I support it. I'm a man myself. I really don't think I'm digging a grave for men because I'm a man. It's not going to be possible for me, or it's not going to be good for me to fight against men if what I'm doing is not correct. If what I'm saying is not right. I don't think it's nice. I don't think it's good. And I really don't think it's a good business for me, trying to put men in a cage or trying to lock them down, or maybe I'm trying to make women to rule men or whatever. That's not the case. And I've explained myself several times, which I'm going to do again today. And I think that people love it when I just say things over and over again and again. Maybe, whenever I'm saying it, people are not listening. Maybe if I continue to repeat and repeat and repeat, maybe they're going to get it. So I'm going to repeat myself again today before going into the signs that you're going to look out for if your marriage is going to work. You can save a marriage if you see the following signs. I'm going to show you guys the signs that you need to look for. But before I get there, I want to quickly just break some, put some stuff on the table for everybody to see. And if I have a contrary opinion, you can put it in the chat box. I'm going to read it out, and then we talk about it. Okay? And if it's possible you want to make a call, you can make a phone call. I'll pick it up from here also. Okay? Now, I want you men to listen carefully. Listen carefully. Okay? You have been placed in a very sensitive position. Your position is very, very complicated. It's not easy, and it's never going to be easy. I wanted to see from my eyes. All right? It's not easy, and it's never going to be easy. Why do I say that? God created man to represent him. It's a big thing. It's a big responsibility. You as a man, you are made in the image of God. And God created you to represent him. And anybody who is representing God must first of all know God. You must find time to seek his face. You must find time to know him, understand his ways, be able to communicate with him. I am not saying you should be a Christian like the people do. I'm not saying you should be speaking in tongues. No, I'm not saying put your Bible underneath your armpit and be walking around like Holy Ghost fire. I'm not saying go to church every day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about a relationship with God. With or without church, you can develop a relationship with God. You don't have to go to church to know God. You don't have to go to church to have the fruit of the Spirit. You don't have to die in church to be righteous and holy. You don't have to die in church to know your responsibility as a man. You don't have to go to church to be calm. You don't have to go to church to love your wife. You don't have to go to church to be a servant leader. You don't have to go to church to be a good father. You don't have to. You don't. But you do need it just to be able to rub minds with others. You do need it to fellowship with the brethren. You do need it to learn, to be educated, to have knowledge. You do need it to be able to have that support system. That's the reason why you go to church. You go to church to be able to allow other irons to sharpen your horn. So are you going to do it like the fanatics do? No. That's not what it is. You're not supposed to. Just supposed to have a personal relationship with your God. Know him. Have a way you communicate with him. Okay? Let him speak to you. Let him have something he's sharing, downloading into you daily. And that is going to make you a good ambassador of Christ. Ambassador of a country must report back to the base. The ambassador of Nigeria to the US cannot just do things by himself or herself. The ambassador of America to Nigeria can't just make rules and regulations or can't just act anyhow. The ambassador of God, of Christ in the land of the living must have a connection with the base. You cannot function. You cannot perform your responsibility without the connection with the base. You must have it. If you don't have it, you're done and you're doomed. And you continue to say, oh, women are bad, women are bad, women are bad. That's going to be the music you play the rest of your life. The music you play the rest of your life. Okay, that's the music you're going to be playing. That's the song you're going to be singing. Because you yourself you don't even know who you are. The very first thing is for you to find out who are you? What are you created to do? What are your responsibilities on earth? Everybody's supposed to have a responsibility. There's a reason why you're created. There's a purpose for your life. And the main purpose for your life is to represent God. As a man, you are a representative of God. You're an ambassador of Christ in the land. So apart from marriage, there are certain things that you must do to impact your environment. As a man, there are certain things you must do to be able to help the people around you to grow, develop, stand, have confidence. Your responsibility is to represent God where you are. So without the knowledge of God, it's going to be difficult for you to perform your role and your responsibility in the land. So when it now comes to marriage, then God added another responsibility. And that responsibility that he added to it is now you are supposed to now pick one person, okay? That one person, you will now start acting Christ in the life of that person. You must be the Christ. You must be the Jesus in the life of that person you have chosen, all right? You have to choose one person, all right? The will of God for your life, you choose that one person apart from the society. You choose one person and become the Christ. You become the Jesus in the life of that person. How did I know this? The Bible made me to understand that husbands, you must to love your wife as Christ loved the church. So you are putting yourself side by side with Christ. That is, Christ will now be your role model. If you don't know him, there is no way he could be your mentor. He must be your mentor. So you cannot operate by yourself. You cannot decide by yourself. You have to do it in accordance with the law of God, with the behavior, the character of Jesus, with the personality of Christ. That there was a time that people were spitting on him and they were stoning him. He could get angry, but he never did. He never did. They were slapping him, they were beating him, they were doing all kinds of stuff. We're talking about God himself. We're talking about the all-powerful Jesus. We're talking about the almighty Jesus himself that was being beat up, being flogged, and yet he did not do anything. The only thing he was doing was, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. The church is your wife, and you are the Jesus. I don't know, maybe you are understanding the picture I'm painting to you. You are Jesus, and your wife is the church. Try, understand it. It's a simple thing. It's according to Bible. I'm not cooking this up. I'm not making this up at all. This is according to Bible. You believe in it, I believe in it. All of us carry Bible in our hands, and we carry it everywhere. We just choose what we want to believe in the Bible anyway. Anything that is not favoring us, we don't believe it. Whenever the Bible is quoting us, we don't want to read that part of it. We only want to read the part that is actually saying, it doesn't matter what you're passing through, you're good. All right? That's the part we want to listen to. But when you come to the one where they're actually scolding you, you want to run away from those ones. You cannot. So if you're a Bible believer and you always carry Bible with you and go to church, okay, you need to understand that you are Jesus and your wife is the church. And that's why he's saying there that love your wife like Christ loved the church, that he gave his life unto the church and he died for the church. Hello. And then you will now understand why I said the wife is the church. He now said to the women, he said, you have to submit to your husband as you do unto the Lord. Are you guys getting the point? Are you getting the point? So the wife is the church. He said, submit to your wife, to your husband as the church, as we do to Christ. We submit to Christ. But you know what funny thing that I want men to understand here is that Christ gave his life for the church, and the church submitted to Christ. He became our Lord and Savior. He became our deliverer. He became our provider. He became our protector. All right. He became everything to us. So we had to submit to him because he died for us. That's why the Bible now said, when we were yet a sinner, he died. When your wife is still misbehaving, you die. Okay? That's what it's saying. So the husband is Jesus, and then the wife is the church. So you as a man, the responsibility that is actually resting on your shoulder is not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not. The responsibility that is sitting on your shoulder is not easy. You cannot bear it in the flesh. The flesh cannot bear it. No wonder Jesus Christ said to Peter, flesh and blood didn't tell you this. Because flesh and blood will fail. Flesh and blood is Olodo. Flesh and blood cannot know Jackie Robinson. Flesh and blood is weak. He said, but my Father who is in heaven. So a husband must to connect to the Father. A husband must connect to the Father. A husband must connect. That's why Jesus is always going to connect to the Father all the time. And say, my Father, I am not doing I'm not doing anything you see me do. I'm not doing it by myself, but I'm doing it according to the instruction given to me by my Father. How many times have you inquired of Jesus before you operate in your family? How many times did you pray and say, Father, what must I do in this situation, sir? Okay, before you act. Are you not slapping your wife and kicking her, even though the Jesus Christ didn't do that to us? Were you not doing all this stuff, even though Jesus didn't do this to us? Okay? You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff. And that's why the Bible says the Spirit giveth life. You will have life the moment you become spiritual. As many that are led by the Spirit, they are the sons of God. You are not a child of God. You are not the son of God if you are not yet being led by the Spirit. All right. So, and the Bible says those that will worship him must worship him in spirit and then in truth. You have to be truthful. Be real to yourself as a man. Your responsibility is great. It's not an easy stuff you can't do by yourself. So when you now look at your wife, this is the church. Look at yourself, this is Christ. Oh my God. How do we cope? How do we cope? How do we cope in this situation here? When are men, we don't know our responsibility. You don't even know who you are. You don't know how great you are as God has created you a man. He has given you that voice as a man, that boldness as a man, because he wanted you to come down and represent him. You know the kind of glory he gave you that the devil was so jealous of the glory? The devil is so angry because he gave you. Even angels are not happy because of the kind of glory he has given to you as a man to represent God. You are representing God in the land of the living. That's a man. A man is not just the penis. A man is not the voice. It's not the big voice. A man is not in the big chest and six pack. A man is a spiritual being representing God. You see, the most powerful part of a man is that spiritual being God created in him. All of this stuff is just caca. All these big chairs and six pack and penis and voice are gonna perish. There's a very precious thing that God created. That's the spirit of a man to represent him in the land of the living. If you know who you are, oh, you will go back and sit down and just continue to roll on the ground and thank God that I'm created to be a man. I'm created to be a man. I am a man. You know, just look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am a man. Finally, I now realized it. I'm realizing one thing. I'm a man. I am a man. I'm a man. You see, all of this stuff you see in so many men today is because their destiny has been tampered with. Oh, don't push me. Don't let me go this route. I don't want to go this route. You see, when you see people, and all of us are calling, oh, it's his temperament, oh, it's his behavior, oh, it's his makeup, oh, it's genetical makeup, oh, is this? No. The makeup has been tampered with. His character was tampered with. His whatever personality has tampered with. All of this stuff is based on the environment where you grew. It's based on how you were treated when you are a baby or a kid. That's who you are. Bring any kid into my house. Bring any kid into my house. By the time this kid will become 6, he will be yelling. I'm not kidding. You see, I yell all the time. I yell all the time because I saw my dad yell. I'm so bold as a lion that I roar like a lion because my dad exactly was like that. I grew up around a lion. When they tamper with your destiny, they tamper with your temperament, tamper with everything, you grew up seeing your dad going like sheep. You will become like that. You grew up around a woman that is always taking a bath 2 times a day. You know, rubbing pomade, cream in his body. You will become sissy. You will become Bobrisky eventually. You will become Bobrisky eventually. You see, the lion that created you, I don't know why they call it. He called himself the lion of the tribe of Judah. Lion don't joke around. He doesn't joke around. A man is a lion. A man is a lion. You are created to defend, to protect, to secure. You are a fence around your family. A fence. Let your child come and grow around me. Bring your son at the age of 2. Let him come to grow up around me. By the time that boy will become 6 years old, he will be yelling. The boy will be yelling. I will give him that kind of leadership to yell. And then when you see him, you run. Because he's going to be a no-nonsense person. No-nonsense person. We have tampered with it. We have tampered with it. We messed it up. But the issue is that the spirit is still within. Okay? That spirit is still within. Oh my God. Can you guys give me a minute? Can I have a minute with you guys? I mean, I just want to run outside just to turn something, do something. Can you guys do that for me, please? Please, give me a minute. Okay, here we go. Not Bushmeat though. All right, I'm back. Oh, who be this? I don't know. I know the right now. Call me back. You know, the Spirit of God is still in you. That Spirit that He created is still in you. But you see, one funny thing about life is this. You are supposed to be able to switch. When it comes to defending, you are roaring. When it comes to loving, you're so loving. A man must be able to switch. When it comes to war, you fight. When it comes to loving, you love. When it comes to respect, you respect. When it comes to being calm, you're calm. You're calm. So He placed a big responsibility on the shoulder of men. Right here. We didn't train our kids right. You're supposed to tell your son as he's growing up, you are Jesus. You are Jesus, created by Jesus to represent Jesus. And no wonder, see, and that's why I love Orthodox churches. I grew up in Baptist. In Baptist church, you first of all go to Sunbeam. You know, Sunbeam is where they teach you the Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numeri, Deuteronomy, and then you cram all those ones in Sunbeam. Sunbeam is where they teach you, that's where they teach you all that. Those people that are now looking at you, that okay, this one is growing, is larger than. Then when you are now get to one age, they take you to the royal ambassador. You see, the royal ambassador means you are representing the king. You now know. They will start teaching you. They start from royal ambassador, ambassador extraordinary, ambassador plenipotentiary. They now take you to all those things, and you wear military uniform. You guys are pinning me today. Okay, then you wear military uniform. And that time they will now start teaching you to obey orders. Order of the king. When the king is talking, you obey orders. Because you are only a representative. You are not the king. You are a representative of the king. So they taught us all that as we were growing. So we are learning to obey instructions. Carry out orders. And who is the king? Jesus is the king. So you are the ambassador of Christ in the land of the living. So you need to go back to the base to get instruction. So every time we go to meetings, we sit down there and then they teach us you are an ambassador. You are an ambassador. You are an ambassador. That's things, it got stuck in my brain that I don't think I have a life. I am just the ordinary ambassador of Christ in this land. Then I have to go back to my father to ask him, what should I do today? And all kinds of stuff. So we grew exactly like that, teaching us that we are ambassadors. And it was a thing of glory. You remember? Okay. It wasn't an easy stuff. It was a thing of glory that you have to get decorated. You get the ranks. In front of everybody, you will be so proud of yourself. You're proud of yourself. Proud. Your parents are proud of you, what you have become. An ambassador. Ambassador of Christ. And that now, we now took that now, and we are now bringing it into our lives. Everyday life. Somebody asked me one time, say, Pastor, why are you always very loyal? I'm very loyal because they taught me to be an ambassador. So when I'm working for you, I am working for you as an ambassador of you. As your ambassador. That's what I'm doing. Okay? So when you go and work in a company, be the ambassador. When you go and work in a church, be the ambassador. Then when you now come to your own marriage, you are still the ambassador of Christ. The ambassador. Hello? You have no power. You have no power. None. You only carry out instructions. I remember when we were working for Schlumberger, they referred to us as engineers. But we couldn't carry out any instruction by our own. We couldn't make anything happen by our own. Anytime something happens, we have to call the office. Hello? We just got down the hole. Are we supposed to pump gel now or what? They say, yeah, pump 20 barrels of gel. They will now say, pump 20 barrels of gel. Like as if to say you are the one saying it. Somebody told you that from the office. And then, oh yeah, we just finished pumping 20 barrels of gel and we're about to pump some nitrogen into it and then we're going to be pulling out. They say, yes, go ahead and pull out the hole gently, probably like 2 feet a minute, and just keep on jetting and jetting and jetting until you get all the way to surface. And then you come, say, oh yeah, let's go 2 feet a minute and let's keep on jetting until we get to the top and wash the whole stuff clean. And everybody will think you are the engineer that is saying these things. Not be you, they say. You can't say anything by yourself. You have to cross-check. They have to give you instruction from the office. Hello, Judith. Favor, how you do? You have to give you instruction from the office before you can carry it out. You can't carry nothing out by yourself. Nothing. And that's exactly what an ambassador is. You are representing the company. You have to make phone calls. You can't just do things by yourself because you feel this is right. Or because I think this is the right thing to do, let me just do it. No. And same thing when it comes to spiritual things. You have to cross-check. You have to wait for the orders from God. You have to listen to him. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to do it? How? And Jesus will now give you what he wants you to do, and that's exactly what you do. So when you now put yourself side by side with Jesus, representing Jesus, and he said you need to live your life the same way he's treating the church. Where is Jesus now? I need somebody to tell me, where is Jesus right now and what exactly is he doing? I'm waiting. I'm going to wait. Where is Jesus now and what is he doing? Somebody must tell me, or else I no go come out. I will stay here until you tell me, where is Jesus now and what exactly is he doing? I know Judith we know. Judith we know. If other people didn't know, Judith we must know. She must know. Judith is a Catholic. She will know. Where is Jesus now? At the right hand of God. What is he doing there? Kemi Oyewale, what is he doing at the right hand of God? He's sitting on the right side of Father interceding for us. Nan, Melly, thank you very much. You are a very brilliant person. The husband's supposed to be interceding. The husband, that's his job. The husband, that's his job. Where is Jesus? He is saying to the husband, follow me as I follow God. Jesus is saying it, follow me, take my steps. When I was on heart, okay, I was teaching the church. Teach your wife. When I was on heart, I was feeding the church. Feed your wife. When I was on heart, I was healing the church. Heal your wife. When I was on heart, I was defending the church. Defend your wife. When I was on heart, the church was messing with me. They beat me. They flogged me. But I was still pleading for them. Do the same for your wife. And then I died on the cross. Not for myself. Not for myself. I died for the church. Die for your wife. And now I resurrected. I am still on the right side of the Father, still interceding for the church. Do the same. Do the same. Your responsibility is great, though. If you don't, you are just joking now. You are joking right now. You're still joking right now. You're messing up and joking. Let's pack. I don't know, maybe Femi Korode is watching. Let us pack this Christianity and throw it away. Let us pack this Christianity and throw it out of the window. Let's throw it out of the window. Let's pack this Christianity and throw it out. We are not ready for Christianity. Let's throw it out of the window. We don't need it. We are not obeying God. We are not obeying God at all. We don't. We just read Bible. We are not obeying God at all. We're not obeying him. Let's throw this Christianity. Let's throw it out. Let's go back to the Babalawo thing that we used to do before and then be marrying 20 wives and stuff and be using human being for sacrifice and just keep on enjoying ourselves. I'm telling you, we are not ready for Christianity. You know? We're not ready for it. Let's throw it out of the window. Let's throw it out. Let's throw it out. I'm telling you. Let's throw it out in the window. It just look like I'm wasting my time here. I'm just wasting my time. Is it? Nigerians love the kind of preaching of, it is well with you. Your story is different. Your testimony is coming. God is blessing your hand. God is blessing your hand. Hallelujah. You will not die young. Hallelujah. That's it. That's what you guys like. I'm just wasting my time here. That's what you guys love. You guys love all of that kind of stuff when somebody will come and be crying and be saying he's praying for you. Somebody will come and be teaching you this emotional Christianity. Don't understand. And that's what you like. You guys are not born again. You're not. I'm just telling you, you're not born again yet. Until you know Bible and start following Bible, you're not born again at all. At all. Forget it. Leave it alone. Let's throw this Christianity. Let's throw it outside. It's not working. It's not working. Let's throw it outside. Telling you. That is the life of a man. He came to show men how to live. He came to show men because he created you in his image. He came to show you how to live. That's exactly what he came to do. So, when you look at yourself and you see a penis, and then you look at yourself and you see baby, and then when you talk, your voice is big, you are in trouble. You're in trouble. Your responsibility is great. And I'm not going to blame those men. I will blame the mothers. I'll blame the fathers who didn't train them well. Even the mother doesn't know who their sons are. Their mothers doesn't even know who a man is. Training a boy child is actually is the most intense thing. You must be very intentional about it. To train your boy, that boy child, we would rather train women. We want to train the girls. We would rather train women, train the girls to become the slave of a man, train the girls to cook, train them how to open their legs, train them how to be saying, yes, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. That's how we train them to be. But we have refused to train the men and put into them that you are created great and you are the ambassador of Christ. Oh no, now I know why my mother took me to church. My mother took me to church. Every one of us. We were all going to church like every time, learning the things of God. She will push you to join a department, push you to join another one. That was what my mother did to us. Okay? She did that. Gave us the right training. How many of you have time now? Mommy is not going to church. Daddy is not going to church. Daddy is not doing anything. Daddy is missing in the house. Mommy is missing in the house. People love party more than God. People love party. That's what they love. We put a poster. Put a poster outside now. Say, Wasiu is going to be you see next week. Oh, we don't need to whine you. And they said the registration is $250. We don't need to pray. You will bring the money out and pay the ticket. Wow. Let them say there is going to be a world revival on Sunday. I'm tired. Who is speaking? I'm tired. I am too tired. I can't go. I can't even move my legs. But on Friday night, you move your head. You move your leg and you open your wallet. You didn't even just pay the ticket $250. You spend $500 just for them to call your name. You spend $500 just for Wasiu to say, he says, Shola, Shola mi baba. Oh no, America, you. He says, Shola mi. Shola mi baba. Onírùngbọ̀n yẹ ó kẹ́ o. Shola mi baby. Ewúro rẹpẹtẹ tó wà láti America. Shola baba o. He says, Shola mi. I will spend all my money. I will spend it. Spend all my money. But when it comes to Sunday, I'm tired. Can't go. Can't go Sunday. You are training your children. You are training your children Huh? You are training your children to be party machine, not a lover of God. You're training your children to love the world more than God. How do you think they're going to be able to perform their responsibility? A man who understands his role will not be angry. A man who knows his responsibility will not run away from conversation. A man who knows his responsibility as a man will listen to his wife and resolve issues. A man who understands his role as a man will always intercede on behalf of his wife and say, I want you to be better. But no. You will go to church, you will go to parties. What are you training your kids to be? That's who you are training them to be. Party machines. Show machines. When it comes to church, they don't want to go because mommy don't. Daddy doesn't go to church. And one thing you don't understand is this Christianity we are preaching is an adjuster. It adjusts the life of a person. It redirects the mind of people. It makes them to do well, make them to do good. All right? That's what Christianity is. It has been revealed. Son of man, what is good and what is evil? Choose the good. That's what Christianity will do. But you rather go to party. You know the time we see you in church. You know the time we see you in church. We see you in church whenever there's going to be jollof rice. Mommy Funke is doing 58 Thanksgiving. We go see you. Mommy Tokubo's daughter is getting married. We go see you. Pastor is doing his 58th birthday. You will go. All right. Then when you come, say, he said it. People will go and take days off to go to party than take days off to come to God. They will collect 3 days off to travel for party in Nigeria, but they will not collect 1 day or even 1 hour off to come to church to learn the things of God. No, they will not. They will not. They come to church on Thanksgiving days, New Year Day, Christmas Day, like as if to say they want to bribe God. Let me do well this New Year. Let me come and actually worship you. No wonder we are producing all of these half-baked men who doesn't know nothing about God. They do not know their responsibility as a man. They don't even appreciate their penis. They don't appreciate the big voice. They don't appreciate the spirit that God has given unto them, created with them to be a leader, a representative of God. That's the greatest honor in life, to represent God. Represent God. The church was messing up, just like women do mess up. And God had to adjust himself. He said, let's do things in a better way. We have been sending prophets. It's not working. We have been sending judges. It's not working. We even gave them a king. It didn't work. Now let me go and do it. It's an example for me. All of this anger issue you're angry. Go back and sit down and tell yourself. Now, I've been telling my wife this thing. I've been telling my wife this thing. She's not understanding. Let me now go and do it. Let me now go and do it. And a man who now come outside to do it, you are now showing people how to. Now they called us Christians. Why? Because we are acting like Christ. He came to show us the sample. He showed us how to break bread. He showed us how to give wine. He showed us how to be compassionate. He showed us how to love people. He preached it. He acted it. He did it. He was a servant leader. He washed the feet of the church. He did everything like that. He showed us. He went to heaven. He's now saying, you, husband, do the same thing. Do the same thing. You want it? We will not. That's when we get angry. We're supposed to be like him. He came to show us. The judges were ruling us. The prophets were ruling us. The kings were ruling us. He said, no, I want a servant. It's a servant leader that I want. Someone to serve. I will go and do it myself. So he came In his own glory. He left the Bible says he left his glory. He came down. Man, leave your glory. Come down. Serve the one you are supposed to serve. He said he became poor for us to be rich. Do the same for your wife. All right? He became homeless. The guy was born in the manger when he left a glorious place. Humble yourself. And the man showed us. As a servant, he washed the feet of his disciples. He broke the bread and gave them, poured the wine and gave them. He was serving. He served the disciples. He served the church. Then he gave up his life for the same church. And then when he left, he now said, husband, do likewise. Love your wife as Christ loved the church. As Christ loved the church. You think Jesus no get ego? Jesus get ego, he suppressed it. That's why the Bible says he humbled himself, even to the death on the cross. He humbled himself. He knocked his ego down. Jesus knocked his ego out. The ego of Jesus was nowhere to be found. He knocked it out. Even all the way, he submitted, surrendered himself to the cross. To the cross. He submitted it to the cross. Jesus is not interested for anybody to go to hell. Likewise, you men, you are not supposed to be interested in your wife going to a psychiatric hospital. You're not supposed to be interested in making your wife to go cuckoo. You're not supposed to be. That's the reason he came. And he did what he did. He did what he did. It's a glorious moment. And he's now saying, men, do the same. If you are not ready to actually act Christ, if you can't be Christ-like, please run away from marriage. Don't come there. We will always have problems. Because for a man, you're supposed to be the Christ in the home. And your wife is the church. Your wife is the church. That's it. Let me stop right there, because if I continue, I can continue and I will continue until tomorrow. I don't want to do that. So let's go to the topic of today for real. Let's go to the topic of today. For real. Now, you can save this marriage if you both are willing. If the both of you are willing, it takes the two of you. The two of you must be willing. It's not husband, it's not the wife willing, and the husband is not. Okay? Your husband must be willing, you must be willing. It's not that only you are the one praying. Only you are the one coming for counseling. It's not going to work. It will never work. It must be two of you willing. Okay? So, and I see a lot of you women out there, you are actually inside of a marriage right now. The man, he already signed out. No more sex, no more affection, nothing. Nothing. No communication, no sitting down to talk, no romance, nothing. Everything is just totally dried and gone. Dried and gone. See, the very first thing, very first point that will make you to save a marriage is if the two of you are still in love. The moment the two of you are still in love, then that marriage could be saved. I still love my wife, but I don't like her attitude. I still love my wife, but I don't like the way she talks to me. I still love my husband, but I really don't want him to actually be a bully. I still love my husband, but I really don't appreciate him being abusive towards me. You see, when you start hearing that, then there's a grant that we could save that kind of marriage. But the moment you ask a man, my brother, do you feel you still love this woman? And it's kind of like, that's a very good question, and I think I need to be sincere with you. The moment you start hearing that, there is a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem right there. Okay? So, but if both of them are still in love, they're hurting, but they still care about each other, there is a grant for resettlement. Number two, if there is still mutual respect, there's still mutual respect. You still respect him, and he is respectful also. Then there is a possibility of we saving that marriage when there is respect. There are other things, other forces that could cause situations in marriage, but there is still respect. It's not like, okay, there's no more respect, whatever, and the guy is just talking to you anyhow, calling you different names and being disrespectful. When a man is being disrespectful, you are outside, you guys are talking and say, shut up your mouth and get out of here. Very disrespectful person. And he's still doing that in front of the children, in front of your friends and all kinds of stuff. He's just trying to just break you. He's trying to kill your self-esteem. He's doing all kinds of stuff to you and all kinds of stuff. Okay? That is actually not. When there is disrespect, forget about it. But when there's still mutual respect, that you guys still respect each other, but you have other situations in the marriage that's trying to tear you guys apart, then the possibility of saving that marriage is still there. Okay? And the next one is that if you guys still share values, you share values, as in like you share the same style of parenting, religion, ethics, money saving, money spending. You guys are together when it comes to all of that stuff. You guys share value. You believe in the same thing. You understand the same thing. You guys are going towards the same direction. All right. The possibility is there for us to save that marriage. When you see that, it means that, okay, now this is what I like. It's one man, one wife. I want my wife, but there are some other situations there. I believe in saving money, likewise she. I believe in parenting with ease, with joy, with respect for our kids, likewise him and stuff. So you guys share value. When you look at that, then the tendency is there and the possibility is there for us to save such kind of marriage right there. And the next one is that the both of you are ready to do the work. When the two of you are ready to do the work, then you will see that there's going to be settlement. It's not like you are the one trying to save the marriage. He doesn't care. Or maybe he's the one trying to save the marriage and you don't care. All right? The two of us must be so caring enough that we want to walk. We want to walk on the marriage. We want to walk on the marriage. We want to walk on the marriage. The two of us must be willing to do that. It must not be one-sided. It must not be one person's responsibility. It's actually our responsibility. And we're going to have to make it work. Anyhow, any day. Now, when the situation is caused by these few things I'm going to mention, it's still possible for us to save the marriage. Number one, if the situation is caused by health issue, maybe the man is diagnosed of one thing, or the woman is diagnosed of one thing, and that is draining the love or draining the whole thing, it's possible for that marriage to be solved. Now, there was this client of mine. I think I've mentioned it several times, but I'll mention it again. It was on high blood pressure medication, and the high blood pressure medication is causing him not to have erection at all. No erection. Banana is dead. Banana is dead, totally dead. Nothing for that banana. Go and invite the most beautiful woman in the world to touch that banana. The banana is not doing nothing. Totally dead. And that woman was in that relationship, banana-less relationship, for 7 years. So after 7 years, she felt like, I think I've done enough. I think I've tried. I think this is actually the Ebenezer. I think I need to move on. Nobody's going to blame me now. 7 years of no sex and I'm still young. So she said, well, I'm going to reach out to Dr. Shola and see what he's going to say before I move out. And the husband agreed to it. The guy is helpless, doesn't have what to do. And both of them are Christians. All right. They go to Redeem. You know? So they called me. So I took my laptop, I went to their house. And I sat down there and they had a discussion with me. And I said to them, I said, are you guys ready for this? I said, you guys don't have to divorce. And the woman said, so how are we going to do it? And I said, are you guys ready for this? They said, yes, we are ready. Oh, open it up to us. I said, do you guys know what they call oral sex? And the husband said, as in like using my mouth. Say, yes. Oh, no, we can't do that. It's against God. This is the same mouth we use in praying. Da, 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 da. I said, do you love your wife? Say, yes. He said, do you think Jesus Christ wanted to die on the cross? But it's compulsory for him to die on the cross to save us. For him to save the church, he must die. The guy went to the garden, was telling God, God, I don't want to do it though. Can you allow this cup to pass over? I don't want to kill myself. Oh. You know, it wasn't easy for him. But because of the love, for God so loved the world, because of the world that he loved so much, he decided, well, I'll do it. God gave him the strength. So he did something that is actually not really reasonable. I really don't think God doesn't have the power to save people by just doing magic or miracle and just say, be saved, and everybody will be saved. But he needed the blood. He had to die. I said, do you think it's easy for him to do that? I said, okay, it's not easy, but you got to do it. But you got to do it. To save your marriage, you got to do something that is not common, something you don't want to do before. So the man said, okay, how do we do it? I said, all right, madam, you got to be clean, fantastically clean. I taught them how to clean the anus. Cleaning the anus is very important. Okay, you clean the anus. It's not just using soap and ken. Why did I just say that? Sometimes I say some things I don't even know myself again. It's not by using ken and soap. It's deeper than that. You clean the anus. It's not like you're going to put your mouth in the anus or whatever, but you don't want the smell of shit to turn you off. You don't want the smell of shit to turn you off. Okay? That's where the cleaning of the anus is very important. And then the cleaning of the vagina is very important too. There must be no odor coming from there. No odor coming from there. All right? So you need to see your gynecologist. They have to check it and treat you and teach you how to clean it real well. But fortunately, the woman was like, I'm a very clean person. I'm a nurse. I know what you're talking about. So I said, okay, cool. And I said, sir, this is how you try. We're going to get ice cream. You put ice cream all over it. And then you start licking the ice cream bit by bit by bit until your tongue will start touching the flesh. And that will get you used to it. And I said, there is a part of the female reproductive organ that they call the clitoris. That is going to be your target. That's what you are going to be targeting with your tongue and your lips. And how do you do it? Is by actually using your tongue to stroke it up and down. And then you start seeing the effect with your wife. And I pack up my laptop. I collected my $500 and I walked out of them. And the woman called me 2 days after. 2 days after, the woman called me and the voice was a sweet voice. And I was like, hello, madam, how are you doing? She said, oh, I'm fine, Dr. Shola, thank you very much. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I think we're going to give it a shot. I said, really? I said, what happened? He said, she has never experienced orgasm before. That this is the first time. That this is the first time she's experiencing it. First time. And I was like, so you love it? He said, yes, I do. I love it big time. I said, okay. I said, now the next level is a little different. He said, I'm ready for the next level. Then the husband actually collected the phone and said, yes, we are ready for the next level. I said, there is something they call Rabbit. It's a vibrator. That vibrator, you have to buy it. It's small. You put the battery into it. And then you put the vibrator right on top of the clitoris as you use your tongue to do what you're doing, and then you stroke it down and stroke it up with the vibrator. I say it's possible for your wife to be speaking in tongues. And that was exactly what happened. And that was 10 years ago. That was 10 years ago. And this couple, they are still married today. The home is still together today, enjoying the company of each other, having fun, and the woman is actually getting, the job done. And one thing I actually advise the woman to do is to always give pleasure to that man too. Try the nipples, suck the nipple, do everything. It's going to give him a little bit of pleasure right there. Even with the penis, put your hands on it, and that actually make the charge, the electricity there to start coming back gradually. Okay? And that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, and they are still married today. So sickness shouldn't be the end of marriage. Sickness shouldn't be the end of marriage. Shouldn't be. We need to work on that marriage. Work on it. Okay? Now, the next one is this. If the problem is being caused by extended family, caused by extended family, it is at a time that you notice that is the cause of the problem. That's the time you disconnect from extended family and close the door against them. We call them intruders. They come into your marriage and then they stir up wahala, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-laws. Shut the door against them. They got to go. In-laws got to go. And if you continue to open the door to them, then you cannot save the marriage. Your wife may not be able to listen to you. She'll be listening to her family. Your husband may want to run things by his mother. And then they're going to give them advice against you. A mother told the son called the mother and said, oh, I just got an IT job and they're going to be paying me 6-figure salary. I'm going to be making $15,000 a month. And da-da-da-da-da-da. And the mother said, so what are you going to do now? So the first thing you're going to do is to buy me a car. And the boy said, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. He said, yes, ma'am. He didn't even talk to his wife. He didn't even ask his wife, what do you want? He didn't even ask his wife, what should we do with money? He just got his first salary, bought a car for his mom, ship it to Nigeria. And the wife found out. And then they started quarreling and fighting. Then a few months after, he lost his job. Because IT job is more of a contract job. Then he lost his job. Now he got to depend on his wife's income because the wife is a nurse and he's got a permanent job. He had to depend on the money of the wife right now to survive in the house and pay bills. At that point in time, there's going to be a problem. If you come to me, I'll tell the man you are a sissy. You're a sissy. You're not a real man. You're a sissy. Go and sleep. You're not a real man. A real man will first of all go home, sit his wife down, tell his wife everything. Way before the mother will even know anything. His wife must know everything before the mother. And they must team up and actually be able to plan together what to do with their money. It is the money of the family. The nuclear family owns the money, not the extended family. You can bless the extended family when you guys are belefu. And that's it. That is the amount of money that should go for your parents and stuff. It's not like you now decide to go and buy a car for your mom. One of them built a house for the mother, lost his job after too. Expecting the wife now to bring her own salary. It's not going to happen. Close the door on external forces against in-laws. Let them be out there. Stay over there. You guys stay here. If the issue is about infidelity, it's still possible. It's still possible for us to still save that marriage even if it's infidelity, in as much that the man is willing to work on it. So infidelity shouldn't just be a deal breaker just like that. People do get carried away. I see fine girls. I'm gonna lie to you. I see fine girls. If you think I don't, you're just lying to yourself. I do. I do. I see fine girls. I see fine girls. No, I do. I see fine girls. I see fine girls. And men, we can get carried away easily. And then we start regretting it. It's not the devil. I'm not saying the devil. It's us. It's us. We get carried away easily. And we fall into error. And when we do, are we ready to amend our ways? Are you sorry? Are you regretting your action? Do you want to clear the atmosphere? Do you want to help your wife to heal and let her forgive you? Can come from women too. Women too, they see fine men. Women see handsome men. And then it's possible for them to get carried away. They can get carried away too. But when we fall into error like this, there is a way to amend it. And that's why I have been sharing about the topic that I called the secret place. The secret place is actually the place where we settle things. The place where husband and wife will go to and become really, really equal. A place where nobody is but God. A place where the husband could prostrate to the wife and say, I'm sorry. I have messed up big time. I love you. I don't want to destroy my home, but I think I messed up. Please forgive me. Forgive me for this. I promise it's never going to happen again. And then let them both cry together. Apologize. And you as a man, then you go and amend your ways. And prove to your wife that that was a mistake. And it will never happen again. And if the wife also, that's the same way. Even though men don't forgive, it's difficult for men to forgive. Some men do. It's difficult for men to forgive that. You know? It's difficult. But it's still doable. It's a place where we make a change. Another thing I want to say is this. A lot of us will say, oh, infidelity is a deal breaker for me. And at this moment, your husband is banging your sister. You don't have any understanding. Your husband is banging your friend. Your husband is banging sisters in church. You don't even know. The man is actually 1000% in infidelity. You have no understanding. And some of you may not even catch your husband until heaven will come. Let's not lie to ourselves. Come on. Even wives. Wives are actually banging people around. You never know. Nigerian women are expert when it comes to cheating. Nigerian women, expert when it comes to cheating. I'm not talking about you guys here. You guys here are beautiful people. I've been talking to you guys forever, so you guys are beautiful people. I've not had any bad news with you guys here. But Nigerian women, they can cheat for Africa. They are expert when it comes to cheating, especially the ones who are in church. The mommy pastors, all these mommy geos, the ones that don't wear earring. Uninabi. oníṣìnà ayé àtọ̀run. Power enter, power enter, power enter. Àti àwọn àti alàgbà ìjọ wọn ṣínú bulẹ̀ dànù. Tó bá ká àwọn ọmọ ibi tó ti ṣínà bulẹ̀, ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run á bà ẹ́. Ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run á bà ẹ́. Ọlọ́run. Ẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run á bà ẹ́. Báwo wí? Sister no hearing. Sister no hearing. Pastor Jola ẹjọ́. Ẹ pa mí lé, ẹ má pa mí ta. Sister no, Sister Mary. Sister Holy Ghost Mary. Ringtone yín ni mò ń gbọ́ ń ta látẹ̀ẹ̀kan. Tẹ́ ẹ sọ pé kill mi, pa mí, yín mi lọ́rùn, choke mi, ṣe mí léṣe, tear me up. Sister Holy Ghost Mary, ẹ̀yin rẹ̀, ibi lè ṣe pamọ́ sí. Tẹ́ ẹ ń gba power ẹ̀ ń ta. Ilé ayé ti gbàrẹ́ o. Pẹ̀lú gbogbo revelation tẹ́ máa ń rí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yẹn, all this revelation gbogbo ṣubú ṣeré tẹ́ máa ń ṣe ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì yẹn, ẹ̀ ń gba power ẹ̀ ń tà ń bí. Ilé ayé yìí ti rún o. Sister Holy Ghost Mary. Sister no hearing. So ibi ilé ayé wà lélẹ̀. Jesus must weep. Jesus wept is very important. Jesus, please, you have to weep again. Come on, Paul. I don't like it. Anointed bang. Oh, gbé anointed banana sẹ́nu. Anointed banana pastor ó gbé sẹ́nu báwọn fẹ́. Anointed banana ló ń jẹ́ bí ló kàn ń jẹ́ bí monkey. Ó ń jẹ́ anointed banana like ló ń jẹ́ anointed banana like monkey. I'm telling you, okay, your microphone check. How will you see your pastor on Sunday when your pastor say, glory to God, somebody there? Yes, come here. Hallelujah. Lay hands on you. Glory to God. And last night you just finished chopping banana of pastor. And you sit down there. What will be going through your mind? Won't you be feeling guilty? How are you feeling? Dr. Miwa online. Dr. Teasy. Dr. Teasy online. How you doing, my dear beautiful sister? How you doing? All right. Dr. Teasy is online. All right. So thank you very much, Yam. You see what I'm saying? How will you feel? What did you anointed banana? And then you are in church and you are looking at the same pastor that's preaching. Even pastor too, how are you preaching? How could you do it? Remember the bishop that killed a woman that banged one pastor Mrs. to death. And he still went to church and be preaching. After killing somebody. I don't understand this even. One man too in Nigeria, one pastor went bang one woman to death in a hotel. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anointed banging. Just go back one straight away. Okay. All right. Let's go, guys. Now, so the secret place is very, very important. Marriage is up and down. It will happen. Marriage don't do leni ole kan lola. Marriage don't do leni ole kan lola. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Myself and my wife, we fight sometimes. When we fight, sometimes the whole house will just be one kind. Then we finish and then we settle, we move on. We will fight, we settle it, we'll move on. But the issue is this. The moment a man is done or a woman is done, please don't tie them down in marriage. They will become miserable, they will become talkative, they will become depressed, and they will start dying gradually. Please don't. Once they tell you, I am done, I can't take it no more, let them go. And let me tell you this, guys. Ìyàwó tí ẹnìkan fi ẹgba lé jáde, òun lẹnìkan á fi ijó àti ìlù gbà wọlé. Ọkọ tí wọ́n lé jáde pẹ̀lú ìbọn, òun lẹnìkan máa fi ijó àti ìlù gbà wọlé. It's just life. That's the way it is. Remember what Jesus said. He said to the disciples when you go to preach, don't be forceful. If they take you, sit down and eat with them. If they reject you, dust your shoes and go. And go. It's not a do or die. It's not a do or die. It's not. Even the gospel is not a do or die. This same gospel of Jesus is not a do or die. People will take it, people will not take it. If they don't take it, then leave them alone. Marriage is not a do or die. If I'm done, I'm done. I'll walk away. You say anything you want to say now, your own palaver be that. You can do whatever it is you like. That's it. And that was what I was telling the people yesterday when I actually showed the video of that woman that wanted to kill herself over a marriage of 100 million naira. And the marriage crash landed after some few months. And now she wanted to jump in the river. You don't have to jump in the river, sister. If you are watching, if any of the friend is watching, tell her you don't have to jump in the river. Tí ẹṣin bá dání, àátúngùn ni. Bó bá fèèlì ìdánwò, ó lọ tún wé ká, ó tún ṣe again. Ẹnu aráyé lẹbọ. People will say, talk, that they will say from morning till night. Iṣẹ́ tán gbà ni. Wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀wọ́ di popular jingo ni. You become a celebrity overnight. You will see how people will start liking you. You see, some people came to my page and they were talking nonsense about me one time, and then people came to my page and then they say, "Hello, sir. We thought you are a demon." I said, "Really? The way they were talking about you in the time, and we listen to your video, we now find out this guy is talking sense." And they're on my page now. Some of you guys are watching me. You came because of the story. Now, have you not seen? Ẹnu aráyé lẹbọ. Wọ́n lè pa ẹ́, má para ẹ́. Don't kill yourself. Wọ́n lè pa ẹ́, wọ́n fẹ́ tún lé ayé ẹ̀ ṣe ni. You know, they will think adánilóró ni wọ́n. Adánilóró tó ń fagbára kán ni. Whatever it is that they throw at you, don't take it. Push it around. Put it aside. Continue, face your own life and be doing it. There is nothing in this world that is worth dying for. Ọmọ ni o, ìyàwó ni o, ọkọ ni o, owó ni o, business ni o, mọ́tò ni is not worth dying for. It's not. And nothing in this world is worth dying for. Live your life, enjoy your life. Let people say, they will say. People will say, people, you see, they didn't know when you are actually going to sleep without food. They didn't know the time you only had one suit and one shoe. They didn't know. God has blessed you and butter your bread now. Wọ́n wá di ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Wọ́n wá di ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Wọ́n dàbí kí ló kọ ẹ̀ ẹni tó wà ti sùn akàn. Ó lọ jókòó sódì omi. Wàá pẹ́ mbẹ̀. When I was suffering, you didn't know. You have not asked me of my story. Have you ever sat me down to ask me about my story? But now you see my glory and you're angry. They're angry of your glory. When you were suffering, they didn't know. They didn't know. Now you are enjoying yourself. Now I'm about to post some pictures. I'm about to post those pictures to my phone Tamilori. Orí yẹn fọ́ dànù, ẹ máa ya wèrè gbẹ̀yìn nígbẹ̀rẹ̀, ẹ máa ya wèrè gbẹ̀yìn ayé yín, ẹ máa ya wèrè sọnù, you know, máa gun yín lábẹ́rẹ́ finally ni. Máa gun yín lábẹ́rẹ́. Máa gun yín lábẹ́rẹ́, máa gun yín lábẹ́rẹ́ oró ẹlẹ́kùn injection náà máa fún yín. Ẹlẹ́kùn injection. When I was suffering, where were you? Why didn't you come and say, "Hey, yeah, this boy is suffering. Pele, let's give you money"? No, you didn't give me anything. I walk my way, suffer, work very hard. Now you're seeing me on social media flying. Now you're angry. You're angry. Ẹ máa ṣègbé dànù. Máa ṣègbé. Ẹ máa rìn lọ́wọ́ ní rí mọ́. Ẹ disappear from the surface of this world. You know, in beaming. You know, and that's just the issue. So, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in on my show today. I really appreciate you guys always coming around and watching my show. I really appreciate it. God bless you. And if you have any questions for me, you can actually message me inbox me or whatsoever. If you need counseling, you can reach out to me also. We can get it done by the grace of God. Okay. You need therapy. I have people I could recommend that you see that are going to treat you right. A lot of Nigerians are always afraid of another Nigerian. Come to a Nigerian counselor, they say, I don't want to come. Come to a Nigerian therapist, I don't want to come. See, they know your culture. They know that culture. They understand it well, better than the Oyinbo people. Oyinbo people don't know anything. You know, they don't know anything. Come to your people, they will treat you right. Okay. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. Have a beautiful, wonderful. Today's Friday, huh? This is today Friday. It's today Friday. Let me see you. So yeah, today is Friday. Oh. Ah, ọ̀sẹ̀ ti parí. Oṣù ti lọ. All right, guys. So enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your Friday. Tonight, you can come outside, enjoy, have fun, and God bless you. Peace out. Peace, guys. If you enjoyed today's show, come on, put your hands together. Come on, show me some love. Put the thumbs up right there. Put the thumbs up right there. Right this moment. Just get it done. All right. And thank you. And thank you. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you.